Now to some of the big legal cases we are keeping our eye on this week in our segment Burden of Proof. New details this morning in the sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors now claiming that from behind bars, Combs has been actually trying to reach out to possible witnesses and influence a potential jury pool.
New York prosecutors are urging a federal judge to reject the latest bail request from Sean Diddy Combs. They say the music mogul is trying to influence witnesses ahead of his upcoming sex trafficking trial. In a court filing overnight, prosecutors said Combs, in recorded jail calls, asked family members to reach out to potential witnesses, including some of the alleged victims. They argue it can be inferred from his behavior that Combs is trying to blackmail witnesses into silence or into testimony in his favor.
It seems like the feds finally had enough of playing it cool with Brooklyn's most notorious jail, and boy, did they decide to make a statement. The target this time? MDC Brooklyn. Yes, the same cozy little lockup where Sean Diddy Combs is currently swapping his penthouse suite for a steel cage thanks to a string of horrifying charges. But Monday's interagency operation wasn't just your typical check-in. Oh no. This was a full-blown federal flex, a spectacle straight out of a blockbuster crime thriller, complete with a parade of law enforcement and even K-9 units sniffing around for who knows what. Whatever they were looking for, it's got everyone buzzing and speculating. Was it weapons, drugs, or perhaps the last shreds of Diddy's larger-than-life ego?
If they got enough evidence against their kids, and they come to their kids and tell their kids, see, you got to realize, when you start talking letters and not numbers, that separate the men from the boys. A real man who's looking at that, he gonna say, yo, listen here, I'm gonna take that because I gotta do that. A boy to know what he got himself into, he gonna fold. He gonna say, yo, I can't do no time behind bars. Because you gotta realize, not one of them said, as at this time, that wasn't my daddy's guns. That was mine's. Which one of them came up and said those are my guns? Or they ain't belong to my daddy, they belong to the security person. They belong to this, they belong to that. Nobody said that. Or we ain't heard nobody say that. So they put that on Puff. Diddy. They put that on him. They was grown men. That wasn't my daddy's baby all. Laced with whatever it's laced with, allegedly. That was mine's. Which one of them said that? Not one. Somebody got to take something.
People who are interested in being in the industry should move. Mm-hmm. What methods do celebrities have when it comes to silencing people who speak against them? What are some of the tools that they use when people are filing these lawsuits? We've seen it several times where lawsuits come about, but they're dismissed over weird reasons before they even go to court. And there's enough lawsuits over the years that, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could build a mansion. And what are some of those tools that celebrities use to kind of, hey, no, this ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go?
The internet is the most effective these days.
Oh wow.
You can pay a group of internet stalkers relatively small amounts of money to stalk your enemies. Somebody should talk to Candy Burris about that. Yeah, I got stuck with some of her trolls after she finally tanked on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They was here looking for money and so they just jumped over to the Jaguar, right? Hate train. Because they didn't have they wasn't getting paid to hate on Portia and them no more, and Nene no more. It's disgusting. They use bloggers to throw rocks so they can hide their hands. And then, oh my God, I don't understand. Like that bullshit. But the worst is they find 10 people around you. Some of them you'll work with. Some of them you'll be friends with. Some of them are in your life. Sometimes even your spouse. If your spouse is not your partner or your teammate, but your opponent. And all they have to do is promise them this, promise them that. You don't know how many times people like Jay-Z have gone to women like Khalees and promised her career was going to be assured as long as she betrayed her husband, Nas.
It just ain't the word. Yo, he just can't. Somebody got to take that. So somebody got to take that.
Somebody got to take that charge, man. How you feel about the people that feel like Trump, he might pardon Diddy?
First of all, he got to be charged and be in prison to be pardoned. You got to realize that the feds could take this case for 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and Trump will be out of office.
These are regular practices.
Do you think that your ex-husband has sent people to stop you?
Oh, both of them. They haven't sent anyone. They draw a check from the Shluminati, even still. Both of them. Yeah. That's why everyone's so mad at Odell.
Speaking of MK Ultra,
yeah,
word around town is that it's being used to control Hollywood.
It is. And the rest of the country.
Yeah, and that a lot of our favorite celebrities allegedly are using it, and when you see them there and they look like they're in a daze or they're completely standing still or something like that, that is what it is. And it's been alleged that some of our favorite celebrities like Doja Cat, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, 2 Chainz are all caught up or have been caught on camera allegedly under the influence. And that a few celebrities have died. They're saying that Brittany Murphy died from...
It's been more than a few. It's been a crop. Maybe that's why Ashton Kutcher wanted to move around so quick.
You don't know how long the feds is going to go on with this. You understand what I'm saying? You hear people talking crazy talk. Well, they ain't got nothing because, man, I've seen the dude set behind bars for 2 years before he had his trial with the feds. And by the time a pardon come in, another year would come by. So that's just a whole lot of propaganda. Puff wasn't even fucking with Trump like that no more. He was going against Donald Trump. Donald Trump is petty as 50 Cent. Do you understand that? You see how petty 50 is? Donald Trump is just as petty as 50, bro.
So MK Ultra is not the same as Tootsie.
No. Tootsie is a drug.
Okay.
MK Ultra is psychological operations. Psych tools that teach people how to trick the human mind into believing whatever is being influenced. See, they don't want to talk about it because it's in everything. It's everywhere. I shout out to Odell. He, when we first got together, he asked me had I ever seen a movie and that I've never seen before. It's called They Live. Came out in the early 90s? No, 84. Roddy Piper was in it. Keith David, Mr. I've been old and black and angry for a long time. And they, were, co-stars in this film. And Roddy Piper had got his hands on these glasses. And when he put the glasses on, it showed what was really there in the world. And everywhere it was commands and prompts.
While the raid may not have been specifically about him, there's no denying that his presence at MDC has turned up the spotlight on an already volatile situation. His lawyers have seized on the chaos to bolster their argument that he should be transferred to another facility. They've painted a picture of MDC as a place where violence and instability are the norms. where even high-profile inmates are at constant risk. And honestly, they're not wrong. This is a detention center that's been described as a ticking time bomb, a place where the conditions are so deplorable that even the guards have complained about their own safety. But the feds aren't budging. Prosecutors argue that Diddy is no different from the thousands of other inmates who've been held at MDC over the years. If anything, they seem determined to use him as an example, a message to the world that even the rich and famous can't escape the harsh realities of the justice system. It's a move that plays well in the court of public opinion, but it does little to address the underlying problems at MDC. The truth is, MDC Brooklyn is a symbol of everything that's wrong with America's prison system. It's a place where human rights violations are routine,